When you meet your twin flame, it's both exciting because you have that deep connection with this other person that is, you can feel like at the deepest level of your being, but at the same time, it can be very challenging, upsetting, painful, frustrating, especially if both parties have not yet healed and have not grown ready enough to be together. Because then you have one that keeps running away and the other keeps chasing after the runner. So you have this runner-chaser dynamic within a twin flame journey, a twin flame relationship, because both have not grown ready yet to be together. Twin flame relationships, even though they can be absolutely exciting and amazing when you are together with this other person, but oftentimes until both parties, both sides have not yet healed and have not grown ready enough, then you have this whole runner-chaser dynamic. And in this video, I want to share with you a little bit more about the twin flame journey, especially as it relates to the whole runner-chaser dynamic that is often part of the twin flame journey, especially in the beginning phases until, like I just mentioned, both parties are really ready to be together. So the way twin flame relationships usually happen is, first you meet someone that you feel absolutely connected with. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You've never felt it with any other person. You feel like you have known this person for such a long time. Like, you know this person. Like, there's that deep, energetic connection to that other person that you miss them when you're not with them. And when you're with them, it often causes then all kind of trouble and challenges. They tend to bring out the worst in you, so to speak. Because twin flame relationships, they're meant to help both parties, because a twin flame is basically one half of your soul. It's like the other half of your soul. So it's basically a part of your soul, the other half of your soul. So you have that longing to be with the other side, but it's the twin flame journey. When you meet your twin flame, it's not that you're meant to be with this person, have a happy life, kind of like a soulmate relationship. No, twin flame relationships, even though they sound great, they're actually meant to help you grow, to help you awaken. Oftentimes, and that's why twin flame relationships are often so painful and challenging, especially in the beginning, is because you both bring the worst out of each other. So if you've ever been in a twin flame relationship, they tend to bring stuff out of you that usually you don't act that way, you don't behave that way, you don't think that way. So they often trigger certain aspects within you that require healing. So if you haven't done a lot of healing yet and you met your twin flame, that usually also kickstarts your spiritual awakening journey, because like I mentioned, twin flame journeys, twin flame relationships, they're not meant for you to then have that happily ever after, but it's more so for you to really awaken, to heal deeply. They bring out the stuff within you that you need to heal, that you need to release, that you need to let go of. Now, it's the same thing with the other person. You bring out stuff within them too. So that's why you have this whole runner-chaser dynamic, because one person then runs away and you then may keep chasing after them. Or maybe you are the runner that maybe you're like, no, I'm not ready for this, can't do this, don't want this. And then you may be the one running. Now, there's always a deep inner connection that even if the both of you are apart, there's still that deep inner connection, that longing for that other person. But oftentimes, one person is the one, and that's usually the runner, that goes their own way, does their own things. Maybe they then get married, or they are with another person, or they're just moving far away to put that distance between the two of you. So that's then the runner. The runner is the one that usually puts that distance between the two of you. And even if you both are living in the same location, maybe you are actually with that other person, the runner is still the one that usually has that massive wall up, kind of keeps you at a distance and doesn't really let you in. So you feel that they're not really letting you in. Now, the chaser, on the other hand, is the one that keeps trying to stay in contact, keeps trying to make the relationship work, keeps trying to be in that, be with that person and things like that. Or is always open to, whenever the runner keeps coming back, like, yes, my door is always open for you, that kind of scenario. So you have the runner that keeps running away, and you have the chaser that keeps chasing after the runner. And the challenge with this whole twin flame relationship, twin flame journey, is that when you are not together, you miss that other person immensely, deeply, but then also when you are together, that's usually when things are coming up. So it's kind of like you can't be with that person, but you also can't be without that person. So like I mentioned earlier, a twin flame relationship is not meant for this whole happily ever after, at least not in the beginning. That will then happen when both parties, when both people have grown ready enough, have done their healing, the releasing, whenever the runner is done running, and whenever the chaser is done chasing, when there's this calmness between that relationship. Yes, the fire will always be there, but there's no longer this dysfunctional dynamic about the relationship. When both parties have grown ready enough to say, you know what, now we're ready to be together. Then when the twins come together, then they have a beautiful relationship. However, that can take a very long time because each person needs to do their work. One may be ready to do their work, the other may not. So you cannot force the other person to do their work. It all happens on divine timing whenever each party is ready. That's why twin flame relationships are often so nerve-wracking as well, and challenging and upsetting, and just can cause a lot of pain as well. But now, how do you navigate that? If you have met your twin already and you're going through this whole chaser runner kind of dynamic, you may be wondering, well, how can I navigate this? How can I really make the most out of this? How can I not feel so disconnected at the same time connected? And how can I really manage that? The best thing that you can do is put the focus on you. Leave them be. Because as I mentioned, a twin flame journey is about both parties doing their work, doing their inner healing. It's about that healing, that inner waking up, and things like that. So when you put the focus on you, really do your work, do your shadow work, do your inner healing, do whatever you need to do to really grow ready to then one day be ready to be with that other person. But in here too, just know that even though you have done your work, you've been on your spiritual awakening journey, you've done the healing, and you feel like I'm done chasing, I'm done running, depending on which side you're on. But if the other person is still not ready, you have to be okay with that. Yes, it's still going to be painful because you still miss that person, especially if that other person is, let's say, in a relationship or they're married and you can't actually literally be with them, or maybe they're living very, very far away. Just know that whenever the time is right for that other person and for you, you guys will come together. But you cannot force them, because if you were to force that other person who has not healed yet, who is not ready yet, to then be with you, it will continue being very dysfunctional. They will keep running or they will keep chasing you, but it's very dysfunctional as well. So just know that, and yes, it's not comfortable. Believe me, I'm in that same situation as well. It's not comfortable. You still miss that other person, but just know that when the time is right, you will come together. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to force it, because it needs to unfold. And when both parties then are ready, that's when you have the beautiful relationship. You don't want to jump into something with that twin that is not healed yet, because like I said, it's only going to cause more dysfunction, more problems. And you don't want it, because you've done your work. So just know that as long as you do your work, you're assisting the process. But then, like I said, you have to leave it up to them to do their work as well. Your other half, basically, they need to do their work as well. If they're not ready, then there's nothing you can do about it. But this is not to say that you need to then put your life on hold and not date and not be with someone because you missed that other person. No, you still want to go about your life the way you feel called to do. Meet people, go out on dates, maybe be with another person. Yes, you won't have that same connection as you have with your twin, but maybe you have a different connection. Maybe you have more of a soulmate kind of connection with them. Now, one thing, I think there's somewhat of a misconception about the twin flames. Twin flames relationships are not meant to be this whole happily ever after. And like I said, at least not until both parties have healed enough. Once they have healed enough, then when they come together, it can turn into this whole happily ever after. But Before that, it usually is not. Then you may do best to actually find someone else, whether it's just someone that you really like very much, that you have that deep connection with, that's not a twin flame, but go about your life. Put the focus on you. Let them be. Like I mentioned, when the time is right, you two will come together. Now, this can actually take lifetimes before you guys come together, or it can happen in this lifetime. Whatever, like I said, this is a soul journey. Whenever each parties are ready, that's when you guys come together. But you don't want to put your life on hold in hope that one day this other person is going to come to you, that they're ready. You want to still live your life. And when the time is right, you will know. You will know, you will feel that energetic shift that this other person is now ready. You may then already start seeing that, okay, they're getting ready, they're growing ready, and maybe soon they will be ready, but you have to be in your power to know that I'm only going to open myself up to my twin flame relationship whenever both parties are ready, whenever that other person is ready, just as much as when I am ready as well. And then go about your life. Do your own inner healing. Like I said, put your focus on you. Focus on what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, and focus on that. Really make yourself a priority. And if you are feeling that deep longing towards that other person, then just do something to really pamper yourself. Just acknowledge that, yes, I miss this person deeply, but I know the time is not right. So just put the focus on you. Don't put your life on hold, but just keep doing your own inner work. That will help speed up the process, at least on your part, and then leave them be. That's the best thing that you really can do. But I would like to know from you, do you have a twin flame relationship? Are you actually with your twin flame, or are you in this whole runner chaser dynamic? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Also, while you're at it, do me a favor, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Maybe share it with someone that you think could benefit from listening to this, and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content. And also, you may want to check out this video here. It's about healing emotional pain and trauma. That can assist you also with your own inner healing and with releasing any of that trauma that you have experienced because of your twin flame as well. I think you're going to enjoy this. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.